What's up guys, in this first video I'm gonna be showing you how we can make a click thing which makes our value go up here and up here. So stay tuned because we are gonna be doing it right. Alright guys, as I explained in the intro, we're just gonna be making our first clicker game. So what you're gonna do, in the starter GUI, add in a screen GUI. The screen GUI is just what you're going to be seeing on your screen. The GUI is going to be on your screen. In screen GUI, add in a frame. So a frame is just a little proportionate of your GUI that you can add things in. So you can make the anchor point. So just so you know, the anchor point is where it's going to be anchored. So where it's not going to move from. You're going to make the Y. The Y is just down on your screen. So like this. Just this little line here. That's what the Y is. So you can make the anchor point 0.5 on the Y, and then for your position you're gonna be want to make it 0.5, so it's right in the middle. Size, make size whatever you want. I'm gonna do 0.15, comma 0, comma 0.1, comma 0. So what this size is, it's gonna be like this. So when you're making size, you're gonna want to use this first number. Okay, if you use the second number, all the scale's gonna be off. So this scale, this one right here, is just the pixels, but if you use this one, it's the actual size of your screen. So now if I go like this, it will shrink with the screen. Okay, so now inside of this frame, just add in a text label. Make sure you make this text label background transparency 1. Okay, now you're gonna notice nothing's actually changed, but it did change. Let me just show you. Before I show you, make the position. Yeah, we'll keep it at 0, 0, 0. We'll make the size. On the x-axis, we're gonna do 0.8, 0. And 1 and 0. So what this is 0.8, so it's going to cover 0.8 of the frame, and then the 1 is just this, is just the Y, so it's going to be covering the whole of the Y. And then the font, will make this Fredoka 1. You can make it from whatever you want, doesn't really matter. Text scale, now you're going to have this nice big text. Make the text color whatever you really want, doesn't really matter. If you do want to skip this, the time where I'm going to be going on to the next thing is going to be on screen now. But if you are going to want to do this, you're just going to copy this. The text color, we're making like a really light blue. So make sure rich text is unticked, because if it is ticked, this isn't going to work. So add in a UI stroke into the text label, so it gives us like that nice rounded, that nice outline. Make the thickness, I would say 2.5 or just 2 if you want. I'm gonna do 2.5. You can make the color whatever you want. I'd say black is one of the best ones. So now we can just copy the UI stroke, paste it into the frame, and then what you're gonna do in the frame, add in a UI corner. This corner is just going to be rounding it all off, as you can see. Make the corner radius whatever you want. I'm just going to do like 50. So it's less rounded. Actually, you know what? 40. 40 looked... this doesn't really look nice. I want it to be more of a square kind of thing. So I think 25. Yeah, now you can see it's a bit edged out. Okay. And then you can just make the text whatever you want, doesn't matter. Text, I'll make it 0 clicks. And yep, this all looks good. Yep, that's it for that. Now we're gonna be moving on. We'll just name the frame, we'll just name the text label, we'll name it value actually. I'll make the frame's name display. You don't really have to name it, but I'm just going to name it just to keep it a bit more organized. Okay, now we add in a image button, yeah. Okay, move it directly. Actually, you know what? We'll use anchor point for this. So make the anchor point 0.5, and we'll make the position just 0, 0, and then we'll put here point. Did I put it on the right one? Yeah, put it on the first one. Okay, 0.5. Now it's going to be directly in the center, no matter what. The size, we have to do the position first actually. 0.8 of the way down. So it's not going to be touching the bottom, it's just going to be relatively close. Actually, do 0.85. Nope, 0.82. I'm sorry everyone. There we go. Now it's relatively close. So we're going to just name this click. Click, yeah. And then we're gonna make the size. We don't want this. We don't want, because these are pixel values. We don't want to use pixel values. 0.1, 0, 0.1, 0. Now it looks a bit weird. Relative XX. I think relative YY. Yep. Now it's all looking good. 0.15. No, I'm bugging out. 0.15, 0.15, 0.17. Okay, now we have this nice big square. Now for the image, you're gonna need to save your game file, save to Roblox like this. Then it's gonna add in a menu that's gonna ask to name it. Then once you've named it, it should come back. And now you can add an image. You can click this, which will show your files. But for now, I think we're gonna go into Toolbox, go into Images, and just type in click. Find the first one that appeals to you. I'm just gonna do this one. This one looks pretty good. Copy it. And alright guys, so when you copied it, you're gonna start. It's gonna go here and then just paste it in instead of this placeholder. Okay, now that it's placed it in, it's gonna look a bit small. You can scale type to fit, scale type to crop, scale type to whatever you want. I'm just scale. I don't know why this looks just stayed the same, but it just stayed the same. Then you can just make the background transparency like a 0.5. Looks good. And then yeah, add in a UI corner. That looks like 1,0. Yep, now it's nice and circled. Add in a UI stroke again. You don't have to do this, by the way. So with this UI stroke, make it 3. So just so you have it like looking pretty nice. You can make the border, and then just do any one. Bevel doesn't look that good. Milter doesn't look that good, but round looks perfect. So with this now, what we're gonna want to do is inside screen UI, add in a local script. So by the way, the difference between local scripts and normal scripts are module scripts. Let me just tell you. So a local script is what the player sees. So let me, if we would play the game right now, this is something called the client. So it's what you see right now. It's what your player sees. So as you can see, it's currently on the client. If we were to click this button, we're now on the server, which is what the game is, what the game sees. So now that we have that, the local script is for the client, which is what you see. So it can only go in certain places. It can only go in places like start a GUI, start a player, all these, and I'm pretty sure start a pack. Yeah, server script service. No, I can't go server service. So those are all the places where it's going to be inside the player. So if I had to play the game now again, by the way, you can skip to this time if you don't want to know about all this and you already know. So now that we're in the game, we can click players, click user pro underscore 007, and as you can see in player GUI we have a screen GUI. So in the end, this is only just gonna go inside the player. So that's it. That's basically the client and not the client. So we can name this script click, no, on click. Capitalize it as well, on click. Okay, so now we're just gonna add in some variables. local button is equal to script.parent.click. So what? No, not changed. Dot click. So what it's going to do is going to go to the parent of the script, which is the screen GUI, and then in the screen GUI, it's going to look for a child that's named click. If there is a click, then we're going to carry on. We're going to do local, and then we'll just name this called display is equal to script.parent.display. Same concept, different thing. We're going to go to the parent of the script and look for the display, which is right here, obviously. So now we can go down 2 lines, and we can just do button dot mouse button one click connect function. So now we have this little thing here in service script service. Add in a script. Name this on player added. Did. So we're just gonna do a quick thing. Local player is equal to game dot players dot game dot players dot just game dot players. So add an S. So then we do players dot player added connect function. What it's going to do is if a player is added to this player's thing right here, then what we're going to be doing is we're going to add in a parameter of player. This is just going to be the actual player. So we're going to do local leader stats, and then we'll just copy this is equal to instance. No, not instance dot new and folder. So we'll add a comma. It's gonna make it the parent. We want the parent of the folder to be the player. So then we'll do leader stats dot name is equal to leader stats. This is just the leader stats folder done now. So go down 2 lines. Local int value. No, not int value. Local clicks. Copy this is equal to instance dot new, and we'll do int value. This is just the integer value, so it's just going to be a number. We'll set the parent of it to be leader stats, and then we'll do clicks dot name is equal to control V clicks, and then we'll do clicks dot value is equal to 0. Let's just break down this whole script. We're getting the player service, which is just this. We're getting if the player is added, then we're gonna do this. So if there is a player added, then we're gonna do this. We're gonna add leader stats, which is just a folder that's inside of the player. We're naming it to be leader stats. So all it actually is, it's just gonna replay the game now. All it's doing is if we look up here, we now have a new leader stats that says clicks. So it's just going to be your stats. Right now, if we click, nothing's going to actually be happening because we haven't coded this yet. In this, so we're going to do if it's clicked. We're also going to, before we do this, we're going to add in just local players is equal to game dot players. Now that we have this little service up here, we can just go here and do local player is equal to players dot local player. So we're just getting the player that this local script is running for. As we can see here, the player the local script is running for. Okay. Now that we have this, we can do local player dot leader stats. The leader stats is what we added right here. It's going to be inside the player when they first join. So yeah, that's good. Leader stats dot clicks. Is that what we named it? Yeah, we named it clicks. Dot value plus equals 1. So we're just adding 1 to the clicks value. Once you've done that, pretty much that. And then we're gonna do we're gonna copy this. We could do local player. We could do copy this Control V, dot clicks dot changed. So this is going to do if the value gets changed, which we are changing it right up here. So if it's changed, then we're going to connect this to function, and then now we have this little thing. So then we're going to do display. So what do we name this? Value dot value. My keyboard's bugging out. Dot value dot text is equal to. So what do we put the text here? We put, okay, so this we're just gonna do, copy this line right here, delete this little space, dot value. So this is getting the value of the clicks, which is gonna be that. So we'll just, right now we'll just set up this 0. Now we're gonna add in this click string right here. So then we're gonna do dot dot, which is just concatenating it to this next thing, and we're gonna do, and we're just gonna say clicks. So now let's break this whole thing down. So we're getting the player service, we're getting what the button is, which is this. We're getting the display, which is this frame right here. We're getting the local player, which is just the player the script is running for, it says it right here. We're getting if the button's clicked, then we're gonna make the value of the data stats of the clicks, add 1, and then we're just getting local player dot clicks dot change. So we're seeing if the value gets changed, which we are doing, then we're gonna do display dot value, which is display dot value dot text is equal to local player dot data stats dot clicks dot value dot clicks. So now if we click play, it should all be working good for us. Click this once. Oh, it is working, but as you can see right here, they're a bit close together. To fix that, if you want to, we just go here and add a space before, just so there's a little space in between, makes them more further apart. So now we click, 1 click, 2 click, 3 click. As you can see, it's updating here and it's updating right here, and there's no little delay, it's just straight away, which is perfect. And it gets this first episode done, and I'll see you very shortly in the next one.